welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, my name is Jess Lee. I hope you will be joining the family by pressing the red subscribe button. It's right over here and it's absolutely free. And once you do that, please do drop a heart in the comment section so that we can welcome you officially to the family. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back, fam. It is great to have you back. Thank you so much for the support. Don't forget to do as usual, like, subscribe, and share. Like right now. Like the video. As you can see from the title of the video, today we are going to be talking about what to expect postpartum, and this is just basically stuff that I have gone through, that I've witnessed, and that I want to speak about. There's a lot to cover, so I'm not going to do that in this video particularly, but I'm going to try and cover as much as I can, just to give all future mums, current mums, old moms an idea of how my experience with momming is and what to expect really. So let's get into it. So guys, before we jump into it, we have like a guest on the YouTube channel today, and he's somewhere here. Okay, I'm shooting in his room today, as you can see. So if you hear sounds or crying, or I have to like move or pause, please excuse me. I am a mom. I mean, I've been trying to shoot this video from 12 o'clock this afternoon, and I think it's about, what time is it? Hello? What time is it? I think it's like 4:30 or 5 o'clock right now, and I've been neglecting work as well. And I do have to like look decent for you guys, so this also takes time. But anyway, let's get into it. I am going to be reading off of a notebook. Just made a couple of notes so that there's a seamless flow to the video and I don't take too much time getting into the gist of things and I don't blabber along, because if you know me, you know the girl can talk, okay? Okay, so quick update. We are currently 6 weeks postpartum, and we are feeling so much better. We've gotten into the flow of things, and I mean, some things are new. He's laughing at me right now. Some things are new and they're like shocking to the system, but some things I've gotten used to, you know. He's sleeping so much better, so that means I'm getting a little bit more sleep. But other than that, let's get into what to expect once you've given birth. The first thing is obviously physical. As you would know from my birthing story, I did give birth vaginally. I don't want to use the term natural birth because I think it can be very polarizing in terms of just how moms experience birth, because we experience birth differently and we don't want to make anybody feel like they are any less of a woman or any less of a mom because they did not give birth vaginally. So all births are natural, the other is surgical and the other is vaginal. So I gave birth vaginally. Oh my gosh, my tongue's getting twisted, sorry about that. So I gave birth vaginally, and because it was a Kiwi birth as well, they had to cut my vagina a bit. That's also in my birthing story. If you haven't watched my birthing story, please do go watch it, give it a thumbs up as well. So yeah, so I had to get stitches. I don't know how many stitches I got. As you know from my birthing experience, everything was quite traumatic, so I didn't ask questions and I just wanted everything to be done. But I know that I got stitches and I could feel when they were stitching me, right? And then when we went to the other hospital, now I had to take care of baby because he was in ICU, so I couldn't really take care of myself physically. The stitches, guys, are really, really painful. You can see like the extent of my pain in the video that follows that, where I do the diary sessions of my pregnancy, pre and postpartum. The stitches are really, really painful. Not so much like painful, but like uncomfortable, you know, and you can't take any sort of like heavy pain medication when you are breastfeeding, which I am. So yeah, it was quite tough. I literally genuinely lived on Panado because I could only take paracetamol. So I would have Panado, one Panado during the day. I would have a Panado maybe two in the evening, and then I'd have one mid, like when baby's awake and I have to feed Matari, I'd have to have a Panado. So I was overdosing on Panados, but that's the only safe painkiller that you can take. How I healed my stitches. So my stitches took about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks to heal, and obviously I was also like asking my friends who are already moms that had stitches, like, how long does it take, what do you use to heal and whatnot, and a lot of them helped me, which gave me a relief, because I felt like I wasn't healing, right? So I was like, okay, let me just be patient and let them come out naturally. So that's what we did, but obviously you need to be proactive in helping the process of the stitches healing. Friend, you are making a noise. I can't deal. So the doctor told me to use saline water, which is just a mixture of salt and water, to bath with down there. And then obviously, you know, mothers, kabuteti, they have old wives' tales. So my mom was making me use Savlon, Dettol, and other things that, you know, it just a mixture of things in my baths. So it's very, very important to take baths when you've got stitches, so that you can soak in there, but you don't like roughly like bath there, you just like kind of rinse it with water. So for me, like I said, I've wanted my process of giving birth and being a mom to be as natural as possible. So I most of the time used coarse salt and water in my water. I pour it in my bath water, and Epsom salt to help with muscle relaxation. This will be in my range when I launch my products. There will be bath salts specifically for postpartum stitches, because I know the pain. Okay, I got you guys, I got you. So yeah, that's what I used. I made my own mixture, and then I'd use Savlon every now and then as an antiseptic, because my mom insisted. It took about 2 weeks to heal, and once they were healed and all this, so the stitches will come out. You'll see them, they will come out. So expect that. Don't pull them out, you will hurt yourself. Okay, they will come out naturally. So once all my stitches came out and the scar was healed, everything was a-okay. So secondly, breastfeeding, right? Let's talk about breastfeeding. When it comes to breastfeeding, guys, this can be a very frustrating part of being a first-time mom specifically, but being a mom generally. Like, the first couple of days of breastfeeding are really tough emotionally and physically, because one, your baby might not take to breast milk. Secondly, your boobs might not be you know, they might not produce any milk, or thirdly, it might just take a while. So it took me about 2 to 3 days to start like properly expressing milk, but for the first 3 days, I mean, guys, it was real. So when he got to ICU, I breastfed him. So 30 minutes before you feed the baby, you have to express and try to get, you know, your milk pumping and going, right? And I was not expressing anything. Like, I was expressing maybe 2 drops of boob, literally, guys. And then from there, it was like this milk, this watery solution that was coming out, not necessarily milk, right? Or some a liquid that looked like milk. It was just like watery. And then at some point it was dry. I was not producing any milk. You have to continue getting baby on the boob. He was latching, right? I didn't struggle with him latching onto the boob. The only problem was that I wasn't producing milk. So there's a lactation specialist at the hospital who comes in and they try to help you with the feeding process. And so they so they kind of walk you through it as to how you do it. You need to sit back. This is how you hold baby under the, you know, under the bum. Make sure that baby comes to the boob. You don't kind of lean over to give the boob, because that also hurts you physically, but it also puts pressure on the baby. They advised I need to eat a certain way. I need to also make sure that I put him on the boob as often as possible, because the sucking will what's the English word? It will prompt the milk to come out. So that's what we did, and after a couple of days I was able to like pump about 30 mils. I think he was drinking about 45 mils per serving, so I would just pump as much as I could, and then fill it up with the formula to feed him. And then when we got home, the breast milk was you know, it was happening. The only problem now is when you're a breastfeeding mom, guys, you can't move. Like, you can't do anything. You can't go run an errand. You can't, like, you always need to be available for baby, right? Because you're the only source of nutrients and food for baby. But I did, because I wasn't producing enough milk, I did introduce him to the bottle as well. And his dad also suggested that we introduce him to the bottle quite early so that he can help me with feeding during the evening, as well as during the day when he's not working from the office. So because I wanted that support and the help, I thought that was a great thing to do. Not all moms will, you know, jump onto the bottle really quickly, but I also didn't want to breastfeed too long, so I wanted him to get used to bottle feeding as well as breastfeeding. So we alternate between bottle feeding and boob feeding. How long am I going to breastfeed for? So I'm hoping to only breastfeed for 4 months. If I'm pushing it up to 6 months. But recently my boobs have been drying out every now and then, and I don't think it's healthy for baby. Because if my boobs dry out and it's the middle of the night, like, guys, there was the day my boobs dried out, nothing was coming out, and my child was hungry, and we didn't have any formula in the house, so we were literally like pumping him with water. We were pumping him with water, and then like I would still try to like express milk, try, and whatever would come out, I would dilute it with water and feed him just to get him through the night. And then the next day my breast would have milk, and then like, you know what I mean. So I've realized that my breast milk is starting to run out, so I'm just gonna push until 4 months. But we've gotten him onto formula now, so we alternate also between formula and breast milk. So that he gets used to it for when I'm not here, or if there's no milk, or when daddy wants to feed him and I'm not here. Yeah. And then how often do I breastfeed? So guys, you're told to breastfeed a newborn every 3 hours, right? So from consistently, even at night, so you don't really sleep with a newborn. You need to continuously feed them, and that's what I did. Until I think he was a month, and when he was a month or so, then I just started feeding him when he wanted to be fed. So whenever he's hungry, I feed him. I was very pedantic about kind of the routine of feeding every 3 hours, then moving to 2 hours, then moving to when he's hungry. But like now I've realized I just let him sleep through the night. If he gets cranky during the night, then I'll just try to feed him. If he doesn't want the boob, he rejects it, and then I just put him back to sleep. But yeah, I'm always like on edge, listening out for when he's hungry, because I don't want my child to be hungry. I don't. Friendship, are you crying? Guys. So guys, I told you guys what I'm breastfeeding on demand. So that's what you just witnessed right now. He's still here. Oh, did you just make an appearance on my channel? So yeah, anyway, let's continue the conversation while I do this, because I mean, moms must multitask. So we were talking about what you can do to get your breast milk going. My best advice are the things that I mentioned in terms of diet, but also like don't smoke, don't drink. Try to be, you know, stress is I think the top contributor to breast milk running out or drying up. So try to be as calm as possible. Try to, you know, take time to yourself, self-care. Take a bath, even if it's at 11 o'clock at night. Guys, that's the time that I take showers and baths, because I think that's the only time I get to like be by myself and just like relax, you know what I mean. So try to relax, find those things that you enjoy doing in those times that you can. If you do have support, try to get in as much self-care as possible, so that it helps with your stress levels and your calm. That will help with producing breast milk. Let's talk about sleep, or the lack thereof. Honey, your Gucci bags under your eyes are going to be so real. So real. Broken under your eyes. So the first few weeks you get very little sleep because, like I mentioned, you are breastfeeding every 3 hours, so you're awake every 3 hours, and then it gets to 2 hours, and they advise you to kind of sleep when baby sleeps, and newborns sleep a lot, right? So you do have those windows where you can get enough sleep in. However, I it's for me it was very difficult to sleep during the day because I'm up throughout the night, and then as soon as baby is sleeping, my 10, 11, 12, 1, like a solid 5-6 hours of sleep that baby's getting, I'm like trying to have something to eat, trying to bath, trying to clean up the house. So I don't get the time to sleep during the afternoon. So that's a myth. So if anything, in terms of my advice on what to expect very little sleep. Yeah, so like after 3 weeks, guys, this little guy had colic. There's something called colic in the, newborn postpartum mom world. And we did not sleep. So colic, basically just like a general explanation of what it is. He has like a lot of gas and reflux. So he vomits a lot, and he gets like constipated, and it's so bad, guys. Like the baby cries hysterically. You can see he's uncomfortable, he's in pain. His face is red, he's clenching fists, and he's just not sleeping. Everything, like every position is uncomfortable. So what we tried to do, which helped us a lot because now he's sleeping through the night, is we gave him a probiotic. It's called Probiflora. I should have actually brought it in, but I'll try to post a picture of it. That really helped us. You give him like 4 drops a day, basically 4 drops once a day, and then it really helps with like getting the air out. And then we try to like do like tummy massages, try to keep him on his tummy a lot as well. We give him water now, which also helps, and just like skin to skin contact really helps a lot as well. I have to take a call. Hey, okay guys, I don't even remember where we were, so whatever information that you had before this part, take that and let's run with it, okay? And then I just wanted to talk about coming back home, and what you need to sort of be prepared for, right? So usually, I'm Black, I'm Tswana. When you've had your first child, you have what we call butseti, wherein it's the process where you go to your family home, and basically for 3 months you are kept in isolation with baby to protect you spiritually, but also to help you heal physically. And during that period of time, you are in a bedroom, really doing very little but sleeping and healing. And there's someone there, an older woman in your family, be it your mom, your aunt, your sister, who is there to assist you with baby until you get to a point where you're able to do it yourself. So usually this process takes about 3 months. For me, I did not have that luxury, nor did I want that luxury. You know what I mean? So here's what happened, and I'll go into my Buteti story because I want to discuss it with another mom. As I told you guys, I wanted to do a series where I invite first-time moms to speak about their experiences. So I want to discuss it with a fellow mom. Hopefully she'll be down to do that, where we discuss the process of butseti specifically in the Tswana culture. I was only home for about 3 days over the New Year period because baby only came on Christmas Day. On the 21st, and we only came home on Christmas Day. So that wasn't the plan, but obviously we had to then come back this side because home is Mafikeng and I live in Pretoria. And we had to come back this side for baby's 4-week checkup. But my mom, like I said in my birthing video, was here from the 12th, my mom was here from the 10th or the 11th there, until we left after Christmas. around the 26th, 27th, when we went to Mafikeng, and then we came back around the 3rd. So that's as much time as I spent at home, but my mom was also here this week for the past 2-3 days, and you can literally tell the difference when there's someone here to help you guys, because especially when you're living alone, it's cleaning the house, it's cooking, it's taking care of baby, and it's taking care of yourself. And trust me, one of those things has to fall off on any given day. You know what I mean? And usually it's taking care of yourself. It's taking care of yourself. So when my mom is here, I'm able to take care of myself, but I'm very pedantic, and that's another thing that you should expect when you come back from home, especially as a first-time mom. I literally did not want anyone to touch my baby. I was paranoid. I needed everybody to sanitize their hands every other minute. My husband got tired of it, but I asked him to do it anyway. We slept with the sanitizer right next to me, and anytime that he would touch anything, if he wanted to touch baby, I'd be like, sanitize. I wanted to be the only one that would clean his umbilical cord until it fell off. Luckily my mom she's like scared to bath baby when he's too small, so I was the one bathing baby. Oh crap. Oh guys, I'm doing 500 million things at once. Like, I'm being a mom, I'm at work, and I'm being a wife, and so I'm having to like answer phone calls. Anyway, so yeah, being back home, right? So my mom helps me out a lot. And then in terms of routine, you really need to kind of get baby into routine as quickly as possible. I think that gives you peace of mind as well when you're a mom, because you know when baby's sleeping, so you can at least phase out your day. You know, if you need to make the bed and wash the dishes, you know that, okay, if baby's sleeping between 6 and 9, I can make the bed and make myself some food and try to catch a nap. And then when baby's awake, he's asleep again at 11, then you may be able to clean around the house and wash the dishes. And then if baby is awake and sleeps again at around 5 o'clock, then maybe you can take a shower. So routine is very important, and I've tried to actively try to get him into a routine so that I am able to invest some time into myself, as well as do, you know, what I need to do around the house when hubby is not here to help, or my mom is not here to help. Bathing baby as well, it's not, the first few weeks I wasn't putting him inside the baby bath. I was just bathing him outside. So nikimu pumula, you know, just get really warm water and a little bit of soap, and I just wipe him down, put on some Vaseline and put him in some clothes. Because babies get cold really quickly. After a couple of weeks, when he was getting a bit bigger, that's when I put him into the bathtub just to test if he's okay, make sure that the water temperature is really good with baby. My baby likes really hot water, which is weird. So I was bathing him in like lukewarm water, and he would cry. Hold on. Bath time wasn't pleasant for either of us. But then I remember I had to boil water this other time because there was load shedding, and he really liked like the really hot water. It's not really, really hot, but like it's significantly more warmer than normal. And that's what I've been doing since, and I have no complaints. And water is your friend when you're a first-time mom. After you bathe baby, and when baby is big enough to put inside the water, listen, he will go to sleep after that. So every time I bath him, I'll bath him, and then I'll breastfeed him for a bit, and then he'll get knocked right the fuck out. So that's great for me. I know that after bath time, I have some time to like watch TV or read a book or do something. Please don't put baby inside water. Like, don't submerge baby inside water when the umbilical cord is still like on, like it hasn't fallen off. Really, like, don't make your child sick. Okay, don't make your child sick. Quickly touch on like relationship with the husband. We have to actively remind each other, babe, like, you know, kiss me good morning, or kiss me good night, or, you know, because we really don't have time for each other, guys. And I think after the first couple of weeks, we had to move baby because of the colic, and he wasn't sleeping well. He would sleep much better when he was in our bed, so he's been sleeping in our bed. So you can imagine there's no romance at all. At all. You know, but I mean, my partner and I are trying to be really conscious of it, so we try to steal kisses and hugs and all of that when we're not obsessing over baby and how cute he is when he wakes up. So I will go into the relationship when I record with Bay, in terms of what's changed since we've become parents. So look out for that video. And then yeah, we spoke about Boteti and then checkups, what to expect, the 2-week checkup and then the 4-week checkup, and then now we're gonna go to our 6-week checkup with baby, and he's also getting immunized. Make sure that when you go for immunizations, you always carry the little booklet that they give you at the hospital. They will not immunize your baby if you don't have that booklet, and it's very, very important. Keep it safe. And I think I also need to book him for a doctor's appointment as well, and I need to book myself for a 6-week checkup, but I'll do that with my midwives, I think. They did say they want to do a pap smear and all of that. I don't think I'm ready for anyone to be going into my vagina right now. I think my vagina is still going through trauma, and so I'm trying to let it be, you know. So I'm not going to do a pap smear right now. It's just to check my health and where I'm at, and as long as baby's healthy and growing well, I'm good. So that's all I have, guys, for what to expect postpartum. We are 6 weeks. We will catch up again when baby is 3 months old, and until then we will be doing other installments in terms of hashtag Mrs. City Mom. Let me know down below what else you would like to know about baby, any interesting facts. But obviously you guys know, by culture and tradition, I can't show baby until after 3 months. So hopefully, if his dad agrees, we will show him on the channel after he turns 3 months. So excited. I made such a cute baby who talks a lot. Just like mom. He's starting to look like his dad, so that's very disappointing. But anyway, what can you say? South African men are disloyal, babes. Anyway, guys, please, if you've made it to the end of the video, thank you so much. Please don't forget to like, share, and hit the sub button so that we can grow. We are still on the road to 300 subscribers before the end of February. We need 27 more. Come on, guys. Get your friends and your boyfriends and your people to subscribe. Hey, it's fun on this side of life. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Love you.